Melbourne Storm take on the Sharks. 7:50 Amy Park. SEN has all the action live on SEN Sync and SEN Stadium from 6 p.m. on Friday with Jimmy Smith, Brett Camorley, Jordan Canellis and Robbie Kearns. So we're loaded for this. The team news. Jerome Hughes. He's good to go, folks. Ryan Pappenhausen is back. Sean Bloor. Likewise, Meany moves to the centres. And one change for the Sharks only. Tom Hazelden with the Category 1 last week. Oregon Kafusi has a timely return for his spot. And Zach Bailey from Channel 9, as Brian shared with you earlier, reporting that Jerome Hughes has passed his contact test training and he'll wear a solid arm guard against the Sharks, which is important, Brian, because if they were to beat the Sharks, the last thing you want to do is go through all this ahead of the grand final. If you can get through this game, they're good to go, right?
Yep. Yeah, and I think that was the thinking behind Jerome Hughes. They didn't want to train all week, and then and it'll be noise as well.
Of course,
like they can't really concentrate on the game because every question would be about Jerome. So, I still can't see how he's not 100%.
No,
can't be 100%. Not even the arm, the shoulder. Don't forget, like he's dislocated his shoulder not long ago as well. So he's going to be targeted, no doubt.
Oh, it screams the Sharks win. I'm just feeling it.
I feel it too.
Yeah.
I really do, but you're not. The week off is huge.
Yeah, it is.
The week off is huge. The Sharks have been up a fair way. So they beat the Chooks. They beat the Dogs.
Yeah, so it's like a 5-week final series, isn't it?
Dogs, they beat the Chooks. They were very good against the Chooks. Then they sort of hung in there under the pump against the Raiders, and then they were just too good for them at the end. But this is a step up. This is a huge step up. Playing a Melbourne side, they're all back with a week off in Melbourne and a prelim. They know how to get it done. So it's a toss of a coin for me.
Yeah. No, you make a good point, Brian. I suppose the Dogs tracked a similar path, didn't they? The Dogs, what did they do? They had the big game against the Sharks, the big game.
Well, they played Melbourne the first.
Against Melbourne.
Yeah.
Then the big game against Penrith. So, yeah, it's tough. But I'll tell you what, to win a comp, as you know, Brian, you've got to go the hard way. Cam Munster versus Trindle. Meany versus KL Hero. You've got, in fact, Meany will be on the other side, won't he? It'll be Meany.
Yeah.
It'll be Meany versus KL Hero. The bench, you got Wishart Bloor, Kamikamitha McDonald versus Nicola Talakai, Kafusi, Hamlin Ueli. Oh.
Yeah, their bench is stronger.
Oh.
They've got a better bench, I feel. Or they're in better form. The Sharks. And at the moment, they are flying. They're injury-free. They're a bit like Penrith in the sense that they've just timed their run perfectly. And they're up and about. And,
wow.
Nico's very confident, as he should be.
Yep.
And this is going to be a game. It's one of these games where I feel that it's going to be one in the last, I feel it's going to be like one in the last 10 minutes of the second half. Like 10 minutes to go, It's going to be tight, and it's going to see who holds their nerve.
Wow. It's a massive game. It is such a big game. And I keep talking about Adam Fanua-Blake, and his post-contact meters are immense. I'll tell you something, Brian. I studied this during the week. Have something on the front rows.
Yeah.
Playing
in the middle.
There's a little market I've got for you. What's gambling really costing you for free and confidential support? Go to the NRL Weekly Hub.
Yep.
Any two of the middles in the whole game.
I like it.
So you've got Rudolph, Fanua-Blake, Kaloon. You've got King, Utukamanu, and Liero.
Yep.
There's your 6 middles. Any two with Sportsbet's $13. I've got it on the feed, so you can simply copy it there. But the reason I say this, Brayley's got about 14 tries this.
Yeah, the other bloke goes. How many's the other bloke?
Yeah, but I reckon 10 of the 14, Brian, is a metre out from the goal line, and he comes out and goes flat pass.
100%. What about the other kid?
He does the same thing.
How many's he got?
He's got a stack as well. So plenty of front row. Like King scored this year. Tukamano scored this year. Liero's. They've all these front row and middle players.
I like this point where you're going with this.
Have scored
because the Cronulla's edges were flying up last week against Canberra, which made them play. They were playing back inside. They had to drop players under because when Jamal Fogarty looked up, the edges were just flying up off the line.
Yep.
So that might not be a bad shout.
Well, Trindle and both Hines ex-touchies, right?
Oh, you love your touchies.
But the try that Nico scores, it's the old late switch.
Yeah.
Both heading the same way, and then he dropped under late. You catch the sleepy player inside, Brian.
Yep.
And that's what they did. Massive game. But respect to the Storm, of course. Bellamy just knows how to get it done. So
that's the thing. It's going to be tough. And if I'm a Shark supporter, I'd be very wary of the great Cam Munster. He's been a bit quiet, hasn't he?
Yep.
we hold him to high standards, but he's been unusually quiet.
Fresh. We go back. We spoke about the fact that, Bellamy probably pushed for Tuikamanu to be in this year's Origin series, so he's been exposed to more big games.
That's helped him. That's helped him. He's flying.
Josh King's going great.
Yeah, it's going to be a cracking game.
Harry back.
The Pap back. They'll be testing him out.
Yep.
Trindle will be putting those big, because the Pap has been a little bit rusty.
Both at their best at Amy Park. I have to go Melbourne, but
Yes.
I'm not convinced Melbourne are at their best.
Well, I'm not convinced that they're all 100% fit.
Yes.
Whereas you look at the Sharks, they are all ready to go.
Yep.
No one's carrying any injuries. They're defending. They're the best defensive team at the moment.
And there's no pressure on them, is there?
No.
This is free spins.
House money.
It is house money from here. So what a massive game. What a massive game. Right, O'Brien, have your final say here. What gives us a score line?
18-16 Sharks.
18-16 Sharks. 19-12 Sharks.
I've just had an epiphany.
19-12 Sharks. Trinder with the field goal.
But I wouldn't be surprised if it's 18-16 Storm.
I can't wait.
It's too hard to pick. Where the other on the other side, I think Penrith and Morals.
I do too.
Penrith and Morals. With this one,
I do too. What do you think, Tourist?
See, I think Storm or Morals.
Oh, yeah.
Bellamy.
Okay.
Bellamy at home? Come on.
No,
if this was maybe
does the health
neutral?
concern you and Pap back, Blore back, Hughes back? It's a lot of new back.
Yeah, but it's new back of
Superstars.
Blore and and Hughes and Pap. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm disrespecting. Maybe I'm disrespecting the Sharks and Nico Hines here, but I just think I'm not doing that. I'm respecting what the Storm and Craig Bellamy can do.
I think the Storm are just. I mean, the Sharks have got the hot hand at the moment. Momentum's everything.
Yep.
When you go into these big games, you just expect to win.
Yep. Rangers have the hot hand.
Well, not really. They got beat.
Well, no, the week before.
Yeah, well, they got beat.
But they had their hearts broken big time.
Yeah.
Big
now, the
time.
Sharks at the moment have just... And people are going to say, oh, have a look at their draw leading into the semi-final. They didn't play anyone. Well, they played the Bulldogs, then they gave it to the Chooks, who were up and about, and they gave it to the Raiders. As they always say, losing is a habit, so is winning. Sometimes you just expect to win.
Yeah.
And
Well, you know what, right? So let's talk about this briefly, because everyone's pretty, 20/20 vision after the fact.
yeah.
If the Sharks do get rolled, that's what it'll be, won't it? What you said. Oh, they had a soft draw and, blah, 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 blah. If they get beat, that's why they were never going to beat the Storm down there at Amy Park. That's what they'll say.
Yeah, they'll say, yeah, they probably could.
And if Melbourne got beat, what will be the...
Jerome Hughes is injured.
He was injured.
He hasn't played with
They
the
shouldn't
team.
have rushed him back.
Yeah.
They should have learnt their lesson from when he played against the Broncos.
Put
Yeah.
Jonah in.
Yep.
Put Jonah in because he kicked the 40-20. That's
Yeah,
right.
too many changes late in the year. Remember, they got 40 points put on them by the Roosters. That'll be the chat.
It evens up, right? Because the week off is so important at this stage and at this level. But then you also want that momentum where you just want to keep playing every week, what the Sharks have got. So it is going to be one hell of a game.
This is a little interesting, folks. This is in the Daily Telegraph, the full package. Michael Carianis, Loaf of Bread, Brent Reid, and they talk about this. The Dolphins are set to land England captain, Brian. The Dolphins have landed England captain George Williams and agreed to return to the NRL. It has been 4 years since Williams played his last game for Canberra. He won't arrive immediately. He's contracted English Super League club Warrington until the end of next season. Warrington wanted $400,000 for Williams to exit his deal early, but they were unable to reach an agreement. He'll be 32 when he joins the Dolphins. That's still quite young, given it's next year. On a 2-year deal from 2027 to play alongside Isaiah Katoa. Wonder how Brad Schneider feels about that, Brian. So he signed a 1-year deal for next year.
Yeah, just a 1-year deal. Where has Cody gone? Cody Nikorima. Has he gone over to Super League?
No, so there was talk about him going as part of this deal, but it sounds like that's not happening. It's just a George Williams coming here.
So Cody will be here next. Cody.
By the sounds of things, by the reporting, yeah, I think they were trying to do maybe some sort of swap deal this year, but when they couldn't get that going.
Him and Isaiah together are quite the combination.
Yeah. Cody, you're talking about?
Yeah, Cody Nikorima. He had a beauty.
Well, there's no guarantee that George Williams is going to be any better than Cody, is there?
No, but did Coach Wolf? Did he coach him at all in England? No, because he was at St Helens.
St Helens.
He wasn't there at St Helens, was he?
Maybe he gave him some headaches when he played him.
Yeah.
That often happens too. There you go. Anyway, he's clearly a fan. Raiders announced the release of 6 players. Raiders announced that Jamal Fogarty, Trey Mooney, Danny Levi, Albert Hopewati, what's he doing? Albert. Pasami Solo and Jordan Martin are all leaving the club. So there you go. That's which you got to do. I mean, there's a lot of people who are looking for pay rise, a lot of young kids on the rise, and you can't keep them all.
You're still here? We'll see more on the Joel and Fletch socials and catch us live on SEN Radio. Because if you don't, you're an A grade. But if you do, you're the absolute Mickey.